There is a version of this conversation that ends with, "So work on your attachment style." That version is useless, not because the advice is wrong, because it is incomplete in a very specific way. And that gap is exactly why so many people who understand their attachment pattern intellectually still find themselves in the same situations, making the same moves, feeling the same things. What we know from the research, and this is where neuroscience and attachment theory converge in a way most people have not heard, is that the nervous system does not update through understanding. It updates through experience. Which means there is a very particular sequence to how secure attachment gets built. And in about 8 minutes, we are going to show you what that sequence actually looks like, and why the first step most people try is almost always the wrong one. In this video, we are going to look at what it actually takes to build secure attachment when you did not start with it. We will cover why insight alone does not change attachment patterns, what the research identifies as the 3 behavioral targets for building security, and what corrective experience actually means in practice, not as a concept, but as something you can do. Before we go further, if this is your first time here, we share relationship psychology research every week that most people never encounter. Hit subscribe so you do not miss it. And if you want to understand your own attachment patterns specifically, we have built a free attachment style quiz over at magneticchemistry.com. The link is in the description. 3 minutes, completely free, personalized breakdown. Now, back to why understanding is not enough. Most people who find attachment theory find it the same way. Something happens in a relationship. A pattern repeats, a reaction surprises them. A dynamic they swore they would never recreate shows up again. And they go looking for an explanation. And they find one. Anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, a framework that suddenly makes 20 years of relationship history make sense. That moment of recognition is real and it matters. But then something frustrating happens. The understanding does not translate into change as quickly or as cleanly as it should. You can name the pattern now. You can see it forming in real time. You can even narrate it to yourself while it is happening. This is my anxious attachment activating, and still not be able to stop it. Which leads a lot of people to a quiet conclusion. Maybe understanding is all there is. Maybe you just learn to manage it. Maybe the pattern is too deep. The research says something different, but it also explains exactly why understanding alone does not work. And that explanation changes what you need to do next. Lisa Feldman Barrett's research on constructed emotion gives us the clearest explanation for why insight fails to produce change on its own. The nervous system does not store emotions as memories. It stores predictions. Every time you enter a situation that resembles something from your past, the early stages of closeness, a moment of conflict, a partner going quiet, the nervous system runs a prediction based on what happened before. Not what you know intellectually, what the body learned through repetition. This is why you can know with complete clarity that your partner is not your unavailable parent and still feel the same thing you felt at 9 years old when they do not text back. The knowing does not update the prediction. Only new experience does. Daniel Siegel's research on earned security adds a crucial piece. What he found is that the strongest predictor of whether an adult has built secure attachment, even with a difficult childhood, is not what happened to them. It is whether they can tell a coherent, integrated story about what happened to them. Narrative coherence, the ability to hold your own history with clarity, without being flooded by it and without dismissing it. Adults who can do that, even if their childhood was genuinely hard, consistently score higher on security measures than adults with easier histories who have never processed them. What that tells us is that the path to earned secure attachment is not about erasing the past. It is about integrating it. And that integration does not happen through understanding alone. It happens through a specific set of practices that give the nervous system new data. Meet Nadia. She is 36 and she has been working on her attachment patterns for 3 years. She has read the books, she understands her history. She can identify the moment her avoidant patterns activate, the pull toward distance, the sudden critical thoughts about a partner, the preference for solo time that arrives right when closeness starts to feel real. But 3 years in, she is still finding herself at the same exit. The relationship gets to a certain depth, and something in her starts looking for a reason to leave. What Nadia has is insight. What she does not yet have is a corrective experience record. And those are two completely different things. One exists in the mind, the other exists in the body. The 3 behavioral targets the research identifies for building that record are not what most people expect. And the first one is the one most people skip entirely. Quick question before we keep going. When you think about your own attachment work, which sounds more like where you are? A, you understand your patterns well, but still find yourself repeating them. Or B, you have started to notice the patterns shifting in actual situations. Drop A or B in the comments. We read every single one. And if you want to go deeper, we have written about this on the blog at magneticchemistry.com. Link is in the description. Now, the 3 behavioral targets. The research identifies 3 behavioral targets for building secure attachment. Not mindset shifts, not journaling prompts, behaviors, which means they generate real-world experience that the nervous system can actually use to update its predictions. The first target is practicing the repair bid, not conceptually understanding it, doing it. In any relationship, any context, any moment of rupture, moving toward the discomfort rather than away from it. For Nadia, this looked like something small. A friend said something that stung. Nadia's default was to go quiet and let the friendship quietly cool. Instead, she texted, "That landed differently than I think you meant it to. Can we talk?" The friend responded immediately, apologized, and the conversation that followed was the closest they had had in years. That is a data point, not a breakthrough, not a healed attachment system. A single data point that tells the nervous system, reaching toward someone when it is uncomfortable does not always end in harm. The nervous system does not change through one data point, but it changes through accumulation, and accumulation starts with the first one. The second target is tolerating the vulnerability window. This is the period between reaching out and receiving a response. The gap where the nervous system is most activated, most likely to catastrophize, most likely to find a reason to preemptively withdraw. Siegel's research identifies this window as the highest leverage moment for attachment change. Not because what happens in it is comfortable, it is not, but because staying present through it, without collapsing into anxiety or retreating into avoidance, is the exact experience that tells the nervous system something new. Nadia sat with that window after she sent the text. 40 minutes of not knowing. Her default prediction ran on schedule. She had overstepped, the friendship was damaged, she should have kept quiet. She noticed the prediction. She did not act on it. The response came, and it was warm, and the prediction was wrong. That matters. Not because one wrong prediction changes everything, because the nervous system keeps score. The third target is building a corrective relationship record. And this is the one Feldman-Barrett's research highlights as the primary mechanism of change. The nervous system updates its predictions not through single experiences, but through a pattern of experiences with a consistent attachment figure that contradict its existing predictions. This does not require a romantic partner. It requires any relationship, a friendship, a sibling dynamic, a mentorship, where the other person is consistently available, where repair is possible when things go wrong, and where closeness does not reliably lead to harm. That record, built slowly over time, is what rewires the prediction. Sroff's Minnesota longitudinal study, 35 years of following people from infancy through adulthood, found something that fundamentally changed how researchers think about attachment change. The adults in that study who shifted from insecure to secure attachment did not do it through insight. They did it through the accumulation of corrective experience with consistent figures. The shift was behavioral first. The felt sense of security followed. Which means the sequence most people try, understand first, feel secure later, behave differently eventually, is inverted. What the research actually supports is behave differently now, even when it does not feel safe yet. The felt sense follows the behavior, not the other way around. Building secure attachment is not a project of self-improvement. It is a project of evidence accumulation. The nervous system is not convinced by argument. It is convinced by experience repeated often enough to update its predictions. That is a slower process than insight. It is also a more durable one. Every repair bid that gets accepted, every vulnerability window that gets tolerated, every relationship where closeness does not reliably lead to loss. These are not milestones. They are data points. And data points compound. What Nadia needs is not a better understanding of her avoidant pattern. She has that. What she needs is 30 more data points that tell her nervous system something new is possible. The 31st will feel different from the first. That is how this works. Understanding your attachment pattern is the beginning. Knowing your specific pattern tells you which behavioral target to prioritize first. We have built a free attachment style quiz over at magneticchemistry.com that gives you a personalized breakdown of your results. It takes about 3 minutes, completely free. Link is in the description. Take it after this video. It may point you toward the exact target that will generate the most data for your nervous system right now. Secure attachment is not a state you arrive at. It is a record you build. The question is not whether your history makes it possible. It is what you are going to do today that gives your nervous system one more data point. Next in this series, vulnerability. Specifically, why getting close still feels threatening even as security builds, and what the research says about the period between reaching out and receiving a response, and why that window is where attachment change is actually happening.